Big news for Raiders fans. Hey there, Raiders Nation. Welcome back to another exciting update on your favorite team, the Las Vegas Raiders. Today's news is something you don't want to miss, but before we dive in, I have a small favor to ask. We're so close to hitting 300 subscribers, and your support means everything. By subscribing, you become part of our passionate Raiders family and get the latest updates before anyone else. So, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to stay ahead of all the action. Now let's get straight to the big news of the day. The Las Vegas Raiders are making moves to strengthen their defense. They've officially renewed the contract of defensive tackle Matthew Butler, securing him for at least another season. This update comes straight from Pro Football Talk, which confirmed that Butler signed his exclusive free agent contract last Wednesday. At 25 years old, Butler is proving to be a valuable piece in the Raiders' defense. Last season, he played in 7 games, including 1 as a starter. During that time, he racked up 101 defensive snaps and contributed on special teams with 27 plays, finishing the season with 9 tackles. He spent part of the year on the practice squad but earned his spot on the active roster, showing just how much he means to this team. Drafted in the 5th round of the 2022 NFL Draft, Butler has been on a steady rise. His hard work and dedication are starting to pay off, and the Raiders are giving him the chance to prove himself even more. And this could be just the beginning for Butler. Could he become a key piece in the Raiders' defense this season? Stick around because there's even more to discuss about the Raiders' future moves. Matthew Butler's journey in the NFL has been a slow but steady climb. In his rookie year, he saw action in 6 games, but the following season, he played in just 2. Now, with 15 career games under his belt, Butler has recorded 15 tackles and half a sack, numbers he's determined to improve as he fights for a bigger role in the Raiders' defensive lineup. So, why did the Raiders decide to keep him? It all comes down to NFL contract rules. According to Pro Football Network, PFN, Butler falls under a category called an exclusive rights free agent, ERFI. This means he has 2 or fewer accrued seasons in the league, and since his contract was set to expire, the Raiders had the exclusive right to keep him. How does this work? Well, in order to accrue an official season, a player must be on a team's active roster for at least 6 games, though they don't have to be active on game day. This is why some players on the injured list or physically unable to perform, PUP list, can still earn a credited season. However, those who spend the entire year on the practice squad or non-football injury list don't get that credit unless they've been on the main roster for at least 6 games. For Butler, the Raiders simply had to offer him a 1-year contract at the league's minimum salary based on his experience level. If he accepted, he couldn't negotiate with other teams. He'd be locked in with the Raiders. If he rejected the deal, he'd have to sit out the season. On the other hand, if the Raiders chose not to extend an offer, Butler would have become an unrestricted free agent, free to sign anywhere with no compensation going back to the team. So, what does this mean for the Raiders? Keeping Butler isn't just about depth, it's a strategic move. He's young, hungry, and still developing. If he can step up his game, this low-risk decision could pay off in a big way for the Raiders' defense. But will he rise to the challenge? That's what we'll find out this season. Stay tuned for more updates on the Raiders' moves, the Raiders' defensive depth, and a quarterback wildcard. With Matthew Butler locked in, the Raiders are strengthening their defensive line, ensuring stability for the upcoming season. But for Butler, this is more than just another year. It's a golden opportunity to prove his worth and secure more playing time. If he steps up, he could become a key piece in the Raiders' defensive scheme. But while defense is getting some attention, the quarterback situation is where things get really interesting. After acquiring Geno Smith, the Raiders likely won't spend their first-round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft on a quarterback. But that doesn't mean they're done adding talent to the position. With Aiden O'Connell projected as the primary backup, the team might be looking for a more dynamic, explosive talent to develop behind Smith. And that's where things get really intriguing. According to NFL.com's Chad Reuter, one name to watch is Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe. The Raiders could snag him in the 3rd round with the 68th overall pick, a move that could shake things up. Why Milroe? Simple. Raw athleticism. During Alabama's Pro Day, he stunned scouts by running a blazing 4.37-second 40-yard dash. If that number holds up at the NFL Combine, he'd enter the league as one of the fastest quarterbacks in football. But speed isn't everything. Milroe has undeniable physical talent, standing 6 feet 2 inches with a strong frame and a cannon for an arm. However, his accuracy and decision making still raise concerns. His 2024 season was a mixed bag, throwing 16 touchdowns but also 11 interceptions. While his athleticism is elite, his passing consistency is still a work in progress. For the Raiders, though, investing a third round pick in a high upside player like Milroe could be a calculated risk worth taking. Under the mentorship of Geno Smith and the guidance of offensive coordinator Chip Kelly, who has a history of developing quarterbacks, Milroe would have time to refine his skills. If coached correctly, he could become a dangerous dual threat weapon, and who knows, maybe even the future face of the franchise. The Raiders have a big decision to make. Do they roll the dice on Milroe's potential or play it safe? Only time will tell. One thing's for sure, this offseason is far from boring. Is Jalen Milroe the future of the Raiders? Now here's the big question. Should the Raiders take a gamble on Jalen Milroe as their future quarterback? Or would that third round pick be better spent elsewhere? There's no doubt that Milroe is a rare talent. His speed, size, and arm strength make him an exciting prospect. If he lands in the right system and gets the time to develop, he could become a true playmaker. But let's be real, he's still a work in progress. His inconsistencies in the passing game can't be ignored, and in the NFL, raw talent alone isn't enough. It takes precision, decision-making, and leadership to succeed at the highest level. So, should the Raiders take the risk? If they believe in his potential, he might be worth the investment. But if they're looking for a safer option, there are other directions they could go. Now it's over to you. What do you think? Could Milroe be the future of the franchise? Or should the Raiders look elsewhere? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, stay tuned for more Raiders updates. Until next time.